Ever feel like your motorcycle shop is secretly draining your wallet? Riders waste over $2,000 a year on repairs they could fix in minutes without being mechanics. Today, I'm revealing 20 motorcycle repair secrets that shops hope you'll never discover. Some are so simple you'll laugh, others so powerful they'll save your next road trip. Stick around, because secret number 11 alone could change everything. Secret number 20, don't overpay for valve checks. This is one of those services shops absolutely love to push. Why? Because it's easy money for them and a huge bill for you. But here's the truth. Most bikes don't need a check until 15 to 26,000 miles. That's what the manual says, not the shop. So don't pay just because someone tells you it's due. Look for signs first. Hard starts, a ticking sound, loss of power. If you don't hear or feel those, and you're not at the mileage yet, relax. Now, when the time comes, you've got options. You can do it yourself with a $12 set of feeler gauges. Make sure the engine is completely cold. Go slow and steady. Check each valve and jot down the numbers as you go. If everything's in spec, you're done. If something's out of spec, you can either adjust it yourself or take it to a pro, but at least you'll know the truth and you won't get upsold. This single hack can save you hundreds every year while keeping your engine safe and strong. Think you're done saving? Wait until you see how something as simple as a spin and a spritz can protect your bike's heartbeat. Secret number 19, clean and maintain your chain. You know what's wild? One of the easiest parts of your bike to care for is also one of the most expensive if you ignore it. I'm talking about your chain. Shops will happily charge you close to $100 just to spray and wipe it. That's money you don't need to spend. For less than $40, you can buy the brush, the lube, and get the job done yourself. And here's the best part, it only takes minutes. The chain is like the heart of your bike's power. Keep it dirty, and the heart struggles. It stretches, it chews through sprockets, and before long, you're looking at a repair bill that could ruin your season. Keep it clean, and the bike runs smooth, strong, and efficient. The rule is simple. Every 500 miles, or any time you ride through rain or mud, give it some love. Brush the grime off, lube the rollers, wipe the extra, and you're done. 5 minutes in your driveway, and you've just saved yourself hundreds, maybe even thousands, over the year. And while we're keeping things running smooth, what if I told you a tiny bubble could be the difference between a safe stop and a disaster? Secret number 18, bleed your own brakes. Imagine hitting the brakes and feeling a soft, mushy lever. Scary, right? That's air trapped in your brake lines. Most shops will charge you over $100 to fix something you can do yourself in 15 minutes. The secret? A $10 bleeder hose and a simple wrench. That's it. This isn't rocket science. It's more like burping a straw. Squeeze the brake lever a few times, crack open the bleeder, let the bubbles and old fluid escape, then close it back up. Repeat that until only clean fluid flows out. And don't forget, always keep the reservoir topped up or you'll just be chasing more air. When you're done, grab that lever again. If it feels firm, not spongy, you've nailed it. Now you've got safer brakes, sharper stopping power, and an extra $100 in your pocket. It's quick, it's easy, and once you've done it, you'll never pay a shop for it again. But some problems hide in plain sight, and a little gadget can reveal the truth. Secret number 17. Diagnose electrical problems yourself. Electrical issues scare a lot of riders. Shockingly, most of the time, it's not serious. Shops know that, and sometimes they'll sell you parts you don't even need. And you know what really makes them smile? When you buy parts you never needed and just fatten their pockets. Instead of handing over cash, grab a $20 multimeter. That little tool can save you hundreds. It checks your battery, your charging system, and your grounds. Start simple. Look at the battery connections. If the bolts are loose or corroded, you'll get weird electrical problems right away. Tighten them up, and half the time, the issue disappears. Now check the battery itself. A healthy battery reads above 12.6 volts when the bike is off. Start the engine, and it should climb as the charging system kicks in. If the numbers drop or spike, you've found your problem. Sometimes it's nothing more than one loose bolt. Fix it yourself, and you just saved a shop bill that could have run into the hundreds. Speaking of hidden threats, what your bike drinks could be silently plotting against your engine. unless you intervene. Secret number 16. Use fuel stabilizer. Let fuel sit too long, and it turns nasty. That sticky mess clogs your carb, and your bike refuses to start. Shops love that because they'll charge $300 to $500 to clean it out. That is not pocket change. Here's a trick. A $7 bottle of fuel stabilizer stops that problem before it even starts. Just pour the right amount into fresh fuel. Run the bike for a minute so the treated gas flows through the system. It keeps the fuel from breaking down. It fights off that gummy varnish and even helps with water problems caused by ethanol. The next time you fire up your bike, it'll start clean, without drama. Look at it as $7 now, or hundreds later. It's one of the cheapest habits you can build as a rider. Use it before winter, before long storage, or anytime your bike sits for weeks. Do this, and your spring startup is smooth, quick, and problem-free. Now that fuel's behaving, it's time for the golden rule of riders. You don't need a shop to touch the lifeblood of your engine. Secret number 15. Do your own oil changes. Why hand over your cash for something as simple as draining oil? That's all an oil change really is. Drain the old stuff, replace the filter, and pour in the new. Yet shops make it sound like rocket science. They'll happily take 100, maybe 150 every single time. You don't need that. All it takes is a $20 drain pan, a funnel, and the right oil for your bike. Here's how simple it is. Warm the engine just a little, then shut it off. Let the oil drain fully. Swap the filter, tighten the plug, and add the exact amount of oil. Never overfill. Too much oil can blow seals and damage bearings. Check the dipstick. Run the engine for a few seconds, then check again. Do it yourself. And you're not just saving over $200 a year, you're also learning how to spot problems early before they turn into expensive repairs. And once you've got that handled, there's one tiny tool that stops a minor twist from becoming a major catastrophe. Secret number 14, get a torque wrench. One bad twist on a bolt and boom. Your engine could be toast. Stripped threads, cracked cases, repairs like that can run $500 or more. The solution's simple. A torque wrench costs about $35, and it'll save you hundreds. Every bolt on your bike has a number it's meant to be tightened to. It's in the repair manual. Drain plugs, axle nuts, even engine covers. They're all different. Don't guess. Don't crank everything the same. Set your wrench to the right number. Turn slowly. And when you hear that click, you stop. That's perfect torque. Want an extra tip? On covers with multiple bolts, tighten in a crisscross pattern. That way the pressure spreads evenly. Nothing bends or warps. Keep your torque wrench clean. Don't use it as a breaker bar. And check calibration every so often. Do this and you'll protect your parts, avoid massive repair bills, and actually feel confident wrenching on your own bike. Secret number 13, change your air filter yourself. Shops charge over $100 just to swap an air filter. That's parts and labor for a job that takes maybe 5 minutes. You don't need a mechanic for this one. A brand new filter costs about $25, and you can replace it yourself with 0 special tools. The air box is usually under the seat or near the tank. Pop it open, pull out the dirty filter, slide in the fresh one, and close it back up. Simple as that. The payoff? Your engine breathes better. You get smoother throttle response. You burn less fuel, and you avoid expensive wear inside the motor. Do it once a year or sooner if you're riding in dust, dirt, or heavy rain. Want to be extra smart? Keep a spare filter in your kit so you're never caught with a clogged one. So, 5 minutes of your time, $25 spent, and you just dodged a shop bill of $100+. With clean lungs, it's time to tackle a problem that always pops up unexpectedly, and one kit makes it vanish in minutes. Secret number 12, fix your own tire punctures. Flat tires don't have to ruin your ride. Shops will happily charge $50, sometimes $150, just to fix a puncture. But here's the good news. This is something you can handle yourself. A tubeless plug kit costs about $15. That little kit can get you rolling again in minutes. First, find what's causing the leak. Pull it out with pliers, slide in the plug, twist it in place, trim the excess, and pump the tire back up. That's it. Most plugs hold for thousands of miles, and with practice, you'll fix a flat in less time than it takes to grab a coffee. If you're running tubes, tubes, patch kits were too. They take a little more patience, but they're still way cheaper than a shop bill. One pro tip: carry a mini inflator or CO2 cartridges in your bag. That way, you're never stranded. Instead of waiting on a tow, you're back on the road, $15 lighter, but a whole lot smarter. Fix a flat and you'll notice. Some of the tiniest parts are the ones shops love to squeeze you on, but there's a smarter way. Secret number 11, reuse washers and gaskets when possible. Shops love to nickel and dime you on the small stuff. Washers, gaskets, those little rings you barely notice. One here, one there, and suddenly your bill jumps for no real reason. Most copper or aluminum washers can be reused if they're still in good shape. No cracks, no warping, no deep marks. They're fine to go again. Same with gaskets. You don't need to swap them out every time. Only replace if they're brittle, torn, or leaking. A healthy gasket can last years without a problem. When you're putting everything back together, torque the bolts correctly. That way, you don't crush the washer or the gasket. Keep a couple of spare washers around for things like oil changes, but don't let the shop convince you that every single one needs replacing. This one habit can save you hundreds over time. Cut down on waste and keep your bike running just as strong. Once you master the small stuff, it's time to spark things up, literally, and keep your engine firing perfectly. Secret number 10, replace your own spark plugs. Old spark plugs cost you power and money. Shops know this, and they'll happily charge you $150, sometimes even $300 just to swap them out. It's not rocket science. With a socket, a wrench, and the right plugs, you can do this job at home. Work on a cool engine. Take off the seat or fairing if needed. Label your wires so you don't mix them up. Then pull the old plugs out, one at a time. Check them before you toss them. Black and dirty, that means your bike's running rich. White and crusty, it might be running hot. Clean, sharp edges, that's perfect. Pop in the new plugs. Hand tighten first, then snug them with your wrench. Don't overdo it. A stripped thread will ruin your day. Reconnect everything. Fire it up and listen. A smooth idle tells you it's done right. You just saved a pile of cash, boosted performance, and learned something most riders pay way too much for. Secret number 9, revive a dead battery before replacing. A dead battery isn't always dead. Most times, it's just sulfation building up. That happens when your bike sits too long. Shops love to sell you a new battery. That's about $150 gone. Get a smart charger. Costs anywhere from $80 to $150. It sends tiny pulses to break down sulfation. That little trick often brings the battery back. Before you give up, always test the voltage. A healthy battery should read 12.6 or higher. If it wakes back up, you just saved big. And here's the bonus: no last-minute battery emergencies. Keep one of these chargers in your garage. Use it when your bike sits for weeks. It'll pay for itself the first time you use it. Sure, some batteries are truly gone, but many just need a little shock therapy. Next time your bike won't crank, don't reach for your wallet, reach for a charger. Secret number 8, get a repair manual. A good manual beats guesswork and wasted dollars fast. Only about 3 in 10 riders own one today. That's crazy, because it's one of the cheapest tools you can buy. Lose yours? No problem. Most factory or aftermarket manuals can be replaced for around $30. And what do you get for that small cost? Step-by-step instructions made for your exact bike. Torque specs so you don't over-tighten bolts. Diagrams that show where every piece belongs. And warnings that keep you from making expensive mistakes. Guesswork might feel faster at the moment, but one wrong move can cost you hundreds. A snapped bolt, a stripped thread, a misplaced gasket. Suddenly, the shop bill is higher than the bike payment. The manual stops that. It saves time, saves money, and builds confidence. Instead of hoping you're right, you know you're right. Don't treat it like an optional extra. Get the manual, use it, and watch how much smoother every repair goes. Secret number 7, keep tires round. Flat spots ruin tires faster than you think. When a bike sits too long, the weight presses down. That rubber starts to flatten, and it never fully bounces back. The ride feels rough, the tires wear uneven, and your wallet takes the hit. Keep those tires off the ground. Use a paddock stand or a center stand if you have one. No stand? A couple of strong wooden blocks will do the trick. The goal is simple: take the pressure off the tires. Before storing, check the tire pressure. Keep them inflated to the right level. And if the bike will sit for months, roll it a little now and then. That way, the same spot isn't always carrying the load. One more tip: store the bike on a solid, flat flat surface. Keep the tires away from direct sunlight and harsh heat. When you bring the bike back, inspect those tires. Minor flat spots often smooth out after riding, but deep ones mean it's time for new rubber. Simple storage habits can save you hundreds every year. Secret number 6, free stuck bolts. A stuck bolt doesn't mean game over. You don't need fancy shop tools for this. Put your wrench on the bolt. Now, instead of cranking hard, give it taps. Use a rubber mallet, not brute strength. Those little shocks break the grip of rust. It's basically what an expensive impact tool does. Only this costs you nothing extra. Still stuck? Add some penetrating oil first. Let it sit for 15, maybe 30 minutes. Then repeat the tap and turn method again. If that fails, heat can help. A little expansion loosens stubborn threads, but don't overdo it. You could snap it. The real secret? Don't let bolts seize. Clean them, lube them, and tighten to spec. It takes minutes, but saves hours later. And here's the best part. Learning this one hack can save you hundreds, because broken bolts are one of the costliest mistakes riders face. Bolts freed, now polish your pride. Scratches fade, confidence rises, and your visor smiles back at you. Secret number 5, fix scratches on plastic or glass. You don't need to buy a new visor or windshield every time. There's a simple trick that costs almost nothing. Grab plain white toothpaste. Not gel, not fancy. Just the regular stuff you probably already have. Clean the surface with a bit of soap and water. Dry it with a soft cloth. Now put a tiny dab of toothpaste on a clean rag. Rub it in small circles over the scratch. Keep it gentle. Don't press too hard. After about a minute, wipe it clean. Most light scratches will look way better instantly. Still see a mark? Just repeat the process. For deeper scratches, use a plastic polish instead. Here's the key. This is for light scratches only. If your visor's badly damaged, replace it. Don't risk your vision on the road. This little hack saves you money, saves waste, and keeps your view clear when riding. Try it once, and you'll see the difference. Secret number 4, turn old inner tubes into straps. Don't just toss them after changing tires. Cut the tube into strips about ½ an inch wide. These strips are surprisingly strong and stretchy. Use them like heavy-duty rubber bands. Bundle loose wires, hold small parts, or secure tools. Even wrap handlebars to hold gadgets temporarily. Twist or knot them for extra tension if needed. They handle heat, moisture, and wear better than normal bands. Keep a few in your pouch for roadside fixes. Stack multiple strips for extra strength when required. You can even label or color code them for organization. This simple hack turns trash into a tool. It saves money, reduces waste, and adds flexibility to your kit. A few minutes cutting strips now could save you frustration later. Every rider should have a handful ready. They're that useful. Straps in hand, yet one sneaky hole can roar like thunder until a soda can turns hero in a heartbeat. Secret number 3, fix an exhaust leak with a soda can. A small hole in your pipe can be dangerous. It makes noise, wastes fuel, and can burn you. But you don't always need a shop to fix it immediately. Here's a simple trick using something you already have. Take an empty aluminum soda can, cut it open carefully and flatten it. Wrap the metal around the leaking section of the pipe. Clamp it tightly with hose clamps or strong wire. The aluminum seals the hole and stops escaping fumes. It's not permanent, but it's strong enough to ride home. Avoid touching the pipe until it cools. Aluminum conducts heat fast. Check clamps regularly if riding longer distances. This trick works best on small holes and cracks. For big leaks, plan a proper repair or replacement. It's lightweight, cheap, and can save you a tow. Also, it teaches creative thinking for roadside problems. Ride safely, get home, and fix it properly afterward. Secret number 2, check if your wheels are straight with string. Shops often charge big money for alignment. Luckily, you can check it yourself with string. Start by parking your bike on a flat surface. Tie a piece of string along one side of the bike. Run it from the front wheel to the rear. Make sure the string is taut and straight. Check how it lines up with the wheel rims. Both sides should touch evenly along the rims. If one side is off, your wheels aren't aligned. Adjust the rear axle or swing arm as needed. Double check by running the string along the opposite side. Make small tweaks, then remeasure. Alignment affects handling, tire wear, and safety. Even a slight misalignment can wear tires unevenly. This trick costs almost nothing, but saves hundreds. It also helps you spot bent wheels or frames early. Use a fine, non-stretch string for best results. Mark your measurements for future checks. Do this before long trips or after crashes. Confidence and control increase when wheels are perfectly aligned. Wheels aligned, the last trick is all about survival, saving the hidden lifelines that could ruin everything in seconds. Secret number 1. Protect wires from heat. Wires near the exhaust can melt or fail. When that happens, electrical problems appear suddenly. Shops charge big money to replace burnt wiring. You can prevent this with a simple trick. Take a small sheet of aluminum foil. Wrap it carefully around the wires near the exhaust. Foil acts as a heat shield, reflecting hot air away. Make sure it covers all exposed areas. Secure it lightly so it doesn't slip or touch moving parts. This stops insulation from melting and prevents shorts. Check periodically to ensure foil hasn't torn or shifted. For extra protection, combine with high-temp heat tape. Avoid wrapping wires too tightly. Allow a little breathing room. This hack protects sensors, connectors, and your electrical system. It saves you from emergency breakdowns and costly repairs. Use it on old bikes or after engine modifications. Even a short ride can overheat nearby wires without protection. A little preparation now avoids frustration later. These 20 hacks can save you thousands and keep your bike running smooth. Now it's your turn. Share your best money-saving tips. What repairs or tricks have helped you save big on your rides?